Hello dear student, very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Krish Chandrai and from today I will teach you chemistry. Dear student, today we are going to discuss about a very important chapter named acid, bases and salts. First of all, dear student, we should know about the computer compound we are using in our daily life. Today we are going to classify the compounds mainly in three part: acid, bases and salts. You know dear student, we are use acid, base and salts in our daily life. How? We use acetic acid in the form of vinegar, citric acid from lemon, citrus fruits, tartaric acid from tamarind, oxalic acid from tomatoes, lactic acid from curds, etc. So on. And salt, you know, very common salt used in our house like sodium chloride. Okay. So first of all, we should know the term acids, base and salts. We will discuss here only the concept by which we can recognize salts, bases and acid. We have mainly three concepts. One is Arrhenius concept of acid and base, Bronsted-Lowry concept of acid and base, and Lewis concept of acid and base. But in this chapter we will discuss only the Arrhenius concept. First of all, we should know the term acid from derived the term acid. The term acid derived from Latin word. The term acid derived from Latin word acidus. Latin word acidus. Acidus is equal to sour or a sharp taste. Clear? That means the things we are using, if the taste of things is sour, that means they contain acids. Then we take lemon. You know very well, the taste of lemon is sour and lemon contains citric acid. The taste of tamarind is also sour. Tamarind contains tartaric acid. So on. Okay, so first of all, we should know from where acid word derived. The acid word derived from Latin word acidus. The word acidus meaning sour or sharp taste. The things we use in our daily life, if the taste of things are sour, that means they contain acids. Okay. Now today we will discuss very important concept. How will you recognize? In other way, we can recognize acid, base and salts with the help of some indicators like litmus paper, phenolphthalein, methyl orange, etc. We will discuss about this later. Okay, so first of all, we should know the first concept given by Arrhenius. Arrhenius, first scientist given the uh, definition of acids. According to Arrhenius concept, according to Arrhenius concept, okay, first we are going to write as acid. What is acid according to Arrhenius? An acid is a substance which give H plus ion in aqueous medium or a hydronium ion. The substance that give proton in the form of H positive ion in aqueous medium, or you can say hydronium ion, is called acid. That means acid, the substance that give H positive ion, or you can say hydronium ion in aqueous medium, is called acid. Let us see the example of acid according to Arrhenius concept. Suppose we are writing here HCl, and when HCl decompose to give H positive ion and Cl negative ion like this, H positive ion and Cl negative ion like this. That means it gives H positive ion, that means it is acid. But we have told you that acid is a substance that give hydronium ion also. When dissolved in water, that means when dissolved in water, this proton released by the substance at once react with water molecule like this H positive to give H3O positive. How this hydronium ion is formed? Let us see. You know the structure of water is like this. You have already studied in class 9. And when oxygen donate electron to hydrogen like this, and the hydrogen bonded with oxygen and form HOH and H like this, and due to the donating nature of electron by oxygen, it gets positive charge, and in compact form we can write as H3O positive. This is known hydronium ion. So the definition after reduced, and the definition is an acid is a chemical substance or chemical compound which on dissolution in water furnishes hydronium ion, or you can say the substance that give hydronium ion in aqueous medium is called acid. Okay, let us see another example of acid. That means this compound is acid. Let us see H2SO4. Okay. Now, when H2SO4 dissolve in water, it gives H3O positive and SO4 minus 2 negative. Clear? This is hydronium ion, this is sulfur. You can see here the number of balance this reaction by any letter. Is it 2 oxygen here, 2 to the 4 to 6 of hydrogen, 2 oxygen, 3 to the 6 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. Clear? This reaction is balanced. Okay. Next, that means this compound is acid. Okay, acid. Let us see another example. HNO3 plus H2O gives out H3O positive plus NO3 negative, nitrate ion and hydronium ion. Okay. Now this reaction is balanced. Okay, this reaction is balanced. Let us see next example. Acetic acid CS3COOH H2O, it forms H3O positive plus CH3COO negative. This hydrogen bonded with oxygen displace, ionize and at once react with H2O to form hydronium ion, and this is a acetate part like this. Okay. Now that means HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, CH3COOH, acetic acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid and hydrochloric acid. These are acid, and according to Arrhenius concept, these compound give hydronium ion in aqueous medium. This is the very simple definition, and you can recognize acid by watching the structure of chemical compound. Okay. Now second one is we are going to classify acid. Okay, very important. We are going to classify acid. Next one is classification of acid. Classification of acids. We have another two concept of acid and bases, but we will not discuss in this chapter because we have already told you Bronsted-Lowry concept and Lewis concept of acid and base, but we will not discuss here because this is not included in your syllabus. Okay, only Arrhenius concept are in your syllabus. So we have discussed the Arrhenius concept. Now we are going to classify of acids. Okay. Now first of all, acids can be classified in several ways. Okay, several ways. Some ways written here. First of all, on the source of origin. On the source of origin, or you can say classification of acids on the basis of source of origin. Source of origin. Okay. Acids are classified in several ways. We will discuss several ways. First is classification of acid on the basis of source of origin. That means from where acid we can obtain. That is the source. On the basis of this classification, acids may be inorganic or organic. Inorganic acids, and second one is organic acid. Organic acid. Okay. Now first of all, we should know what is inorganic acid and what is organic acid. These acids are on the basis of source of origin. That means from where we can find the acid. First is inorganic acid. Now, what is the definition of inorganic acid? What is inorganic acid? We should know. Inorganic acid, also known as mineral acid, And the definition of mineral acid or inorganic acid can be defined as the acid derived from minerals are called inorganic acid or mineral acid. That means the acid derived from minerals or the acid derived from minerals, or you can say obtained from minerals called inorganic acids or mineral acid. Clear? Now let us see the example. HCl, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, okay, etc. These are mineral acid and obtained from minerals, so these are called mineral acid. Also, these are called inorganic acid. Okay, clear? Now, in mineral acid, the constituent elements mainly hydrogen. Okay, we will discuss in organic chemistry also the constitute, but in organic chemistry, in organic acid, the acids, the mainly constitute of acids is carbon also. Clear? Now, next one is organic acid. Organic acid, the acid derived from living organisms like animals and plants. The acid obtained from living organism is living organism may be animal or plants. Okay, is called organic acid. Okay. Now, example of organic acid like formic acid HCOOL obtained from ant, okay, red ant. Acetic acid CS3COO, acetic acid. Oxalic acid, you know, oxalic acid, the definition of oxalic acid or the formula of oxalic acid H2C2O4, oxalic acid, etc. Clear? These are organic acid, and you can see here the constituent particles, mainly this compound hydrogen as well as carbon. Okay, but in this case you cannot see the carbon. Okay. Now, next one is, these are the classification on the basis of source of origin: inorganic acid and organic acid. Inorganic acid obtained from minerals or non-living things, you can say as, and the example of HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, phosphoric acid, H3PO4, etc. The acid obtained from living organisms, animals, now maybe, is called organic acid. The example of formic acid, acetic acid, oxalic acid, etc. Okay. Now, and you can see when it dissolve in water, HCOOH dissolve in water. Also it will give hydronium ion, HCOO negative plus H3O positive. Okay. Also it clear? CH3COOH plus H2O. When acetic acid dissolved in water, it also furnishes hydronium ion, CH3COO negative plus H3O positive. When oxalic acid dissolved in water, H2C2O4 dissolved in water H2O. Also it gives hydronium ion C2O4 minus 2 plus H3O positive. Okay, you can balance by adding 2 here and 2. Okay, and it the hydronium ion formed in this reaction are verify the rules of Arrhenius concept of acid. Okay, now second classification. Now second classification, basis of strength. Classification of acid on the basis of on the basis of strength. Okay. Now, according to these classifications, the acids may be strong acid, and may be weak acids. Okay, maybe weak acid. What is strong acid? The acid which dissociates completely in aqueous medium is called strong acid, while the acid which partially dissociates in aqueous medium is called weak acid. Okay. Now the example of strong acid completely dissolve in water to furnish proton, and you can say to form hydronium ion. Completely dissociate. This is completely dissociate in water. Okay. While the weak acid partially dissociate in water. Clear? What do you mean about completely dissociation and partially dissociation? Suppose 10 molecules of acid dissolve in water and completely all the molecules are dissociate in the water. That means they are strong acid because they completely dissociate in the water. While suppose we are adding 10 molecules of this kind of acid in water, but only 2 or 4 molecules may be dissociate. That means they are partially dissociate. That means they are weak acid, because if it completely dissociate, it will give more hydronium ion in the water. That means acid is strong, and in this condition, when partially dissociate this acid in water, they give less hydronium ion, and due to this they are weak acid and they are strong acid. Clear? Now the example of complete strong acid example, HCl, HNO3 and H2SO4, etc. Clear? The weak acid is carbonic acid, H2CO3 carbonic acid, acetic acid, okay, etc. Clear? These are weak acid. Clear? Now next we are going to discuss also oxalic acid, H2C2O4. Okay. Now next, classification on the basis of basicity of acid. Basicity of acid. What is basicity of acids? We should know firstly. Okay. Now let us see classification on the basis of basicity of acid. On the basis of basicity of acid. Okay, basicity of acid. Basicity of acid. What is basicity of acid? We need to know what is basicity of acid. Acid containing replaceable hydrogen ion, yeah, or acid containing replaceable hydrogen atom is called basicity of that acid. Okay, suppose we are writing here some acid HCl, H2SO4, H3PO4, etc. You can see here in this acid only one replaceable hydrogen is present and it will form H positive and Cl negative, and at once H positive react with H2O to form hydronium ion. Okay, you can see here. Clear? Now in other words you can represent as in one step H2O plus H positive gives out H3O positive. You can see here only one hydrogen that reduced from HCl and form hydronium ion with water. That is, you can say monobasic acid. Okay, you can say monobasic acid. Monobasic acid. Okay, that means the basicity of HCl is 1. Basicity of HCl is 1. In second question, H2SO4. Second example, H2SO4. Dibasic acid. It is dibasic acid, and dibasic acid ionized in two states. How? See here. H positive plus HSO4 negative. Clear? Once again, HSO4 negative further ionized to form H positive and SO4 minus 2 negative. You can see this is a dibasic. Dibasic. And dibasic acid ionized in two steps. In one step it forms hydrogen sulfate ion, and second step it forms sulfate ion. Okay? Okay. Now when these ion react with water, it forms hydronium ion again. Okay? So next one is tribasic acid. Suppose we are writing here as 3PO4. You can see 3 hydrogen are present in this molecule, and 3 hydrogen can be replaced from this compound to form 3H positive and PO4 minus 3 negative. Clear? That means in this acid 3 hydrogen are present, and all 3 hydrogen can be replaced. That means 3 replaceable hydrogen are present in this compound, so it is called tribasic acid. Clear? Dibasic acid, tribasic acid. Okay, that means once again we are going to discuss about the basicity of acid. What is the basicity of acid? Basicity means replaceable hydrogen atom present in a acid. The number of hydrogen atom present in the acid further classified into monobasic acid, dibasic acid and tribasic acid. Monobasic acid contain, in this type of acid contain only one hydrogen atom, or you can say this ionize in one step, while dibasic acid ionize in two steps, while tribasic acid ionize in three steps. Clear? Now, and next classification. On the basis of concentration. On the basis of concentration. Okay. Now a term arises here, concentration. What is the concentration? Concentration of an acid refers to the amount of acid present in a definite amount of its aqueous solution. That means concentration of an acid refers to the amount of acid present in definite amount of aqueous solution. If we are saying 40% acid solution, that means 40 gram of acid dissolved in 100 gram of its aqueous solution. 100 gram of its aqueous solution. That means 40 gram acid and 60 gram solvent. Solvent means water. You can write here, solvent means water. Clear? Okay. This indicates the concentration of acid in this aqueous solution is 40%. We will discuss it later. Now we are going to discuss the concentration. We have already told you the concentration of an acid refers to the amount of acid present in a definite volume of its aqueous solution. Okay. Now, on the basis of concentration, acid may be classified further as a concentrated acid and dilute acid. As a concentration acid and dilute acid. In concentration acid and dilute acid, concentrated acid. Okay. Now, not concentrated, sorry. Concentrated. Okay. What is concentrated acid? In concentrated acid, the acid solution containing a relatively higher percentage of acid is called concentrated acid. That means in this acid, the percentage of acid is higher than comparison to solvent. Okay. And dilute acid, in this acid, the concentration of, or you can say the amount of acid is lesser comparatively the solvent, that means water. If we are writing here 40 gram or 30 gram acid plus 70 gram water. Okay. Now, second one is, we are writing here 20 gram acid, 80 gram water. We will compare both the solution. We know in this solution 30 gram of acid. That means in the comparison to this solution. That means the percentage of acid is greater in this solution and the percentage of acid is smaller in this solution. That means we can say this is concentrated acid and this is dilute acid. Clear? Okay. Now, dear student, in next topic we will discuss about the preparation of acid and their properties also. Okay, thank you, all the best.